Do you love babies? Do you want the very best for all of the babies? Well, then this is a video that you must watch. So yesterday I had the wonderful opportunity to meet some amazing ladies. One of them, Monica Kelsey, she is the founder of a great nonprofit organization called Safe Haven Baby Boxes, and Linda Zanacco, and she is the founder of the organization He Knows Your Name. They are both wonderful ladies, and they have great organizations that are doing wonderful things for families and for babies all across the U.S. Did you know that in the United States, we have a thing called a safe haven law? Each state has their own safe haven law, and that varies just a little bit. And so that law, or that statute, says that a family can give up their baby to a safe location without any criminal repercussions if they feel they are unfit to take care of their baby. So here in the state of Florida, a family has 7 days to decide if they would like to give up their baby. So they are able to take their baby to a hospital or a fire station or other designated safe haven place. Monica and Linda are working very hard to change legislation across the country, but here in Florida, they are hoping to push that law from the 7 days to 30 days. And they also want to provide better places for families to anonymously give up their baby. So in a safe place, instead of leaving their baby in a trash can or leaving them on the side of the road or something like that. So they just gave the state of Florida their very first baby box, which is such an amazing thing, such an amazing device. And in this video, I'm going to show you the unveiling of Florida's first baby box. It was such an exciting time, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to be a part of that.
1, 2, 3.
So Ocala, Florida, which happens to be my hometown, is the very first location of the very first baby box in the state of Florida, which is so exciting. Like I said yesterday, I had the opportunity to go to the unveiling of this box at one of our brand new fire stations, and I got to see everything in person. It was so cool. They have this box to where a family can place a baby inside totally anonymously if they choose to do so. And they place the baby inside this box, and it automatically sends an alert to the fire station to let them know that there is a baby inside. And this box, like I said, is electronic, but it also has cooling and heating elements. So in cases of extreme weather, or especially in Florida, it gets really, really hot. Once that baby is placed in, there's a fan in there that can keep the baby cool. It's just a really, really neat device. And I don't want to spill all the beans because I'm going to show you the unveiling ceremony. I videoed it all for you to see, so you have the opportunity to learn more as well. But the amazing thing is that once a baby is placed in there, normally they're found within 3 minutes. They receive immediate medical attention, and they are able to be quickly adopted to a family who wants to love on them and take care of them. I mean, how amazing is that? That is just so amazing, and I'm so thankful for people like Monica and Linda who are working really, really hard in this space to save all of our babies. So now I'm going to show you the ceremony. If you don't have the opportunity to watch all the way through, it's about 15 minutes long. So if you don't have the opportunity to watch it all, make sure you fast forward to Monica's story. She tells an amazing story that you just absolutely have to hear. Brought a little tear to my eye. I mean, I really don't think there's a dry eye during the whole entire ceremony from those that attended. So make sure that you watch that so you truly know her background and why she got started with the Safe Haven baby boxes.
Go ahead and get started in being conscientious of our time. Thank you, and we would like to welcome you for our dedication and unveiling of the first Safe Haven baby box in Florida, or possibly even south of Ohio. We're going to have Pastor Cummings, if you could come to the front and do an invocation for us, please.
Hey, God, we gather in this space on this day, and we come with mixed emotions. We're ambivalent. We're so thankful for this option, this choice for moms with their babies that they've chosen to bring to full term. We're also brokenhearted in the condition that our country is in, the pain and loss and suffering of how we view life. So I ask that on this day, this dedication, that you would see us, God, as we pivot back to agree with you that all life matters. These babies matter to you. And will you use all that are in charge? Will you use our local fire department, the EMT personnel and all, and caring for all the agencies that will be involved, and the little babies that will be placed here in this safe box, that they will then find a home and a family that will love them. Bless this moment, God. Hear our hearts here in Ocala, Florida. We turn to you. We're asking for your favor and your grace as we choose once again to trust you and obey you with life. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Cummings. Next, we'd like to ask our most recently elected councilman for District 2, Irie Bethea, to come and say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a lifelong resident of Ocala, who have been involved with youth for over 30 years, I witnessed the trials, the tribulations, and the triumphs of our youth each day. From unsupervised children who long for authority figures to those who undertake adult responsibilities in caring for their siblings. The baby box being unveiled today is a victory for Ocala. This baby box is offering the opportunity of a safe haven to a child who may otherwise meet their demise on the street, and a mother who finds herself unable to care for her sibling. As a council member, I am honored to have the first baby box in the state of Florida, not only in my city, but in my district. As a parent, I am privileged to become part of the solution for child abandonment. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Bethea. And now our Mayor, Kent Gwynn, would like to have a few words.
Thank you, Chief. Where's PG Schaefer? Raise your hand. So let me tell you why this makes so much sense, and this was just meant to be. So PG called me and told me about Monica and told me about the baby box. And she said, we need to do this in Ocala. So I talked to Monica. She sent me all the stuff, and I added it to the stack of things that I have on my desk to get done. So when I got to it, I called Monica and I said, okay, I'm ready to do it. And she said, well, I heard it got passed at City Council. I said, I'm not sure about that. And so I looked, and it was a change order that got passed to put that hole in there. Shane Alexander, who the credit goes to for this, saw this in a trade journal, talked to our public information officer, who talked to our lobbyist in Tallahassee, who told them, well, that just didn't pass in Tallahassee. So, that didn't happen. So we thought, well, we'll just do it anyway. And there's no law that says we can't do it. So we just did it, and which is the way many things happen here locally. But we get the job done, right? And so anyway, so hats off to Shane and all of the city staff and PG and Monica and Janine Robbins and our lobbyist who told us about this to make this happen. So, but seriously, we're happy this is being done. I was adopted, so this is near and dear, to my heart. I don't know that I would have ended up there because of an organization called Children's Home Society that placed me for adoption, some 66 years ago. So, but we're happy that everyone's here today, and thank you, Monica, for this. And I'm sure that probably in the not too distant future, there's going to be a baby in that box. All right, thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mayor Gwynn. And we're on a short time frame, but I need to take time to thank all of our city staff, our legal, our city manager's office, our elected officials. It literally, our Cullison Wright's present today, who's worked tirelessly to get this installation. So something easy, even at this level, takes a lot of personnel and staff over a long time frame. Even our firefighters here have assisted. Next, if we could have Senator Baxley come to the podium for a few comments.
Thank you. What a great way to start this holiday season to celebrate life and the opportunity for young people to have a chance to survive and to grow in Ocala. And I can't tell you enough, I'm reminded of a statement that nothing significant is ever done alone, but one person can make a big difference. I want to thank the mayor for making that big difference. He is an adopted child, and I'm an adopter. Jeanette and I have adopted 2 children. We know there's a better way to deal with children who need home. And we're going to illustrate that by making every access. This is a great tool for those women who live in very oppressed conditions. And many of them are given the choice. You get rid of that child or I'll get rid of it. We don't know how many children have been lost simply because there was nobody to intervene and there was no anonymous way to get them to a safe place. This gives an anonymous way for women in distress who care about the life of a child. I'm so excited that you've broken ground. I was very disappointed when we didn't pass our bill last year, but we educated the state and we found out a lot of other people were educating at the same time. And what it says is it says that everybody matters in Ocala. We're reaching out for everyone that needs help in distress that we can reach. That's a tall, tall command. Thank you, each one, for embracing the part of this story that you made different. And I've had a good look at how to do this bill different this time. And I'm going to back you up with some legislation. But thank you for breaking down the wall. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Senator Baxley. Next, some comments from our most recent state representative, Joe Harding.
Well, thank y'all. I was thinking about this as a father, how low and hard and tough of a time it would be to have to surrender a child, and to think of the shame and the guilt that would come with, and to be able to do that and not have to look at someone and feel that hurt, because to get to that point, the hurt that they have inside, we can't even imagine it. So this is just such a testimony to the city of Ocala, to our mayor, to the city council, for being pro-life in the sense that we are actively advocating to save a life, and I believe that's what will happen here. So I want to thank Senator Baxley for all the work he's done for years to defend the life of the unborn and just defend the life of children. And then also my new colleague, Representative Beltran, for his work that he's done. He came up here today from Tampa to be here for this, because if you're not familiar with the legislation last year, Beltran was the sponsor in the Florida House, and he's been a fighter for children and his tenure already in the House, and he's going to continue that. And we want to thank him for all the hard work. So let's make sure, let's give him a round of applause for making the drive and also doing it. So Representative, come on up, say a few words.
Well, thank you, Joe. It's great to be here in Ocala, and this bill is very near and dear to me. I want to thank Chief Alexander and Mayor Gwynn, and of course Senator Baxley, who first brought this issue to my attention about a year ago. This is a critical thing, and this is a bipartisan thing. I passed this bill off the floor of the House. It was, I think it was like 113 to 2. We're not going to talk about the 2, but anyway, it was something like one. There was a humongous whip count there. went over to the Senate. We were working it over there. Unfortunately, didn't get that done last year, but we've been reelected. The people want us to go back and do it again. And if they didn't want us to do it, they wouldn't have reelected us. So we're going to go up there. We're still going to have probably more of a challenge in the Senate, but in the House, we're going to overcome it this time. This is God's work that we're doing here. We need to have more options, more flexibility for both for abandoned children and other difficult situations, in the sense that some people aren't comfortable handing the baby face to face. There have been issues with leaving the baby on the doorstep. This is a safe, clean, hygienic way to do it. We have alarms and locks and things, all sorts of countermeasures. This is another tool in the in caring for children who are vulnerable. So it's great to see a great deal of interest in the bill. I'll be going up and working hard in Tallahassee come January, and it's great to have some partners here to help me with this. So thank you all. Great to be here.
Thank you, Representative Beltran. So our next speaker is Monica Kelsey. We had the privilege of meeting a few weeks ago, and to say that she's extremely passionate about this is an understatement. It's clearly a ministry of hers. So our next speaker is Monica Kelsey.
It is a great day to be from Ocala, Florida today, and the women of this community now have another option. My name's Monica Kelsey. I'm the founder and CEO of Safe Haven Baby Boxes. We're the only organization in America today that is saving babies in boxes at fire stations and hospitals in multiple states, and now we have launched in the state of Florida. Tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm so passionate about this ministry. I have to take you back to August of 1972, when a young 17-year-old girl was brutally attacked and raped and left along the side of the road to die. And this, of course, was when abortion was illegal in our country, even in the cases of rape and incest. And this 17-year-old girl pressed charges against the man who had raped her, and he was arrested and he was charged. And if that wasn't the worst of it, 6 weeks later, she finds out she's pregnant. She was hidden for the remainder of the pregnancy, and she gave birth in April of 1973 and abandoned her child 2 hours after that child was born, and that child was me. So my biological father is a rapist, and I don't even know my ethnicity. But I am still a human being, and I still have value, and my life isn't worth less simply because of the way I was conceived, and I didn't deserve the death penalty for the crime of my biological father. And today I stand on the front lines of the pro-life movement and the safe haven movement, making sure that every child's parent has a choice to do the right thing. And this box behind me is another option for a mother to do the right thing. You know, I talk a lot about babies in our country that are being abandoned, and I have a list for any of the reporters here. In the last 5 years, the state of Florida has had 20 abandonments. 20 abandonments in the last 5 years. That's way too many. And that's just the ones that we have found. That's not the ones that we have not. And I don't know if you know this, but there is a woman that travels this country that actually buries these dead babies. And my job is to put her out of business. And she has traveled with me today all the way from this great state of Indiana. She's a Hoosier herself, and she runs the ministry, He Knows Your Name's ministry, and it is Linda Zanacco, and I'm proud to have her say a few words.
Thank you. It's great to be here in Ocala with you. It's a joy to have just the spirit among you of community. As founder of He Knows Your Name Ministries, it is my passion to support Safe Haven Baby Box because I think it is the life-saving option for at-risk babies and mothers that is really going to change the world. It's the Bible that says, in Jesus' own words, I will come for you and rescue you. And it's with that same heart of rescue that Monica's passion was birthed out of her trip to Africa. I met Monica almost 6 years ago at the funeral for an abandoned baby in Indianapolis. That baby was found at Eagle Creek Park by a hiker. That baby, placenta and umbilical cord and all, was wrapped in a blue sweatshirt that said Vincennes University Aviation Department. I named her Amelia. I gave her a funeral, I celebrated her life, and her legacy is what I brought with me today to Florida. Her footprint is on the logo of the Safe Haven Baby Box. I did not carry her in my womb, but I carry her legacy in my heart. It is what I will advocate for the rest of my life. Her mother had a crisis pregnancy. She chose not to use and exercise her rights under the Safe Haven law. I know your Safe Haven law here is 7 days. In Indiana, it's 30. But that mother was 2 miles away from a fire station. Clearly, she did not know her options, and she did not use her options. Amelia's footprint showed that she was in fact here. She's a real person, just like you, just like me. We all have footprints. You have something in common with an abandoned baby. That's pretty staggering to think about. But I say her life matters, I say every life matters, and I love that each and every one of you who've spoken today say the same thing with me. It's our chorus that we will sing. Every mother is a champion who chooses to safely, anonymously surrender her baby. It always amazes me to think that a mother has to use her own feet to walk up that very sidewalk where she'll see a footprint, knowing the baby Amelia was the last baby in the state of Indiana to be abandoned. We have gone 5 years in our state with no abandonments, and I believe it's because of this movement, because we've raised awareness, and that is the key to this whole thing, is we've got to raise awareness, you've got to keep talking about this in your community. It's the only way everything's going to change. Every mother, Monica and I say, is a hero who chooses to exercise her rights under the Safe Haven law. I love to say that this very box behind us has a forever family waiting for this baby, has a name, has a future, and is a birthday party waiting to happen. Thank you so much for having us today.
How amazing is that? Didn't Monica's story make you tear up just a bit? I think so. I just found it so amazing to see how God is working through her and using her situation in order to help others. That is just so amazing to see, and I love to hear stories just like hers. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned a lot. Please help us share this information out there so all moms know about this opportunity, because we don't want any babies abandoned in trash cans or on the side of the road, or just like recently here in Florida, we had a baby abandoned at a rest stop. We do not want that. We want all babies to be taken care of and loved. So please help us share this video. Go to Safe Haven Baby Boxes on Facebook or check out their website, like them, and follow along with them to see all of the amazing things they are doing in the U.S. And I'm just so excited to see what God has in store for them for the future. So again, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.